Too stupid to understand and follow simple rudimentary instructions. Too stupid.
What if Elfen Lead was called Elfen Freak?
Elfen Peed.
It's already that. It's a freaky ass show.
What if Lin Okamoto was named Lin Freakamoto and he was the exact same? Welcome to the debut. Welcome to the debut of Mid Fiction Time, where today we're gonna talk about Mid. I have a long fucking history with this show, and the only reason I'm doing this is to tide my viewers over because they keep asking me to make another Elfen Lead video, so I can't do it alone. So I had my friends watch Elfen Lead.
You're gonna forever be the Elfen Lead channel.
Yeah.
So
I'd
true.
rather not, but it's too
Elfen Lead analysis part 25.
Elfen Lead lore analysis.
It's usually a sad thing because if you make a negative video on something and it gets popular, you're gonna be known for that mostly.
Yeah. Luckily,
Elfen Lead world building potential analysis.
in defense of Elfen Lead. Okay.
And it's like it has like a very clickbaity word in the thumbnail.
I'm gonna get main reason I'm doing this also is to make some corrections on my Elfen Lead videos, but also to just reiterate this is garbage, this is trash. So I have a long history. I watched this. This is probably the first anime I ever finished. It's not the first anime I've ever seen. Like I watched like Dragon Ball Z and Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and all the greats when I was a kid, but this was the first one I ever like. I got curious. I was like, are there gory anime? And I found this, and
this anime is for big kids.
Yeah, and that was my impression. So I was like, oh, it's 13 episodes, because I was like so used to anime being like 100+ episodes. So the 13 episodes concept was wild to me, and I watched it and I finished it in like a week, and it made me cry, and I got emotionally attached. It became my favorite anime for a couple months, and then I found Berserk, and my taste was no longer doomed. But
he was saved.
Initially, I had released a video called Elfen Lead is Garbage and Here's Why. That was terrible. It was not a very good video at all. And then we did a podcast. Me and Chandler and Eve and Dune did a podcast. And I had to take that one down too. Chandler, I could hear you eating.
Sorry.
And so now we're basically, this is to replace the podcast that I took down. So hopefully this time we'll get it right. Who fucking knows?
Why? Remind the viewers why it got taken down in the first place.
So the Elfen Lead podcast got taken down because I didn't like how it was edited, and I said a lot of things that were just factually incorrect. And then the video essay got taken down because I made that in like a very poor mental space, so that video was just fucking. It was when I was still a fucking naive, like crappy YouTuber who didn't put effort into their content. So a lot of this is just me redoing videos that are like really old. So you could say I'm beating a dead horse, and I kind of am. But how did y'all feel about
remake?
It's
people love remakes.
It's good to come back. It's good to tread old roads with a new mindset.
Yeah, and I hope I never have to do this again, because this was painful. This last watch through I just did was painful.
I didn't even watch it again. I'm just going off my memory from like 2 or 3 years ago.
Salt, and Pasta Man watched it together, and I had actually reconsidered every life decision I had ever made this time.
Yeah, so for me, I never like watched Elfen Lead, but like I knew of Elfen Lead. I knew about like the pink-haired girl with the invisible arms that cut people and stuff.
The cosplayers still, like bad bitches still be cosplaying to this day.
Yeah, and anyway, the one day, Thebo just like posting the GC. Yeah, I'm showing Elfen Lead to Pasta Man, and I'm like, you're showing what to who?
You're doing the what and the where? And we watched it, and
it was terrible.
It was actually somehow, and I've known this has always been my least favorite series like ever. I have known for like a while that it was bad, but for some reason this last watch through, and I think it's probably because we've been watching like 5 episodes, 6 episodes a day, like whatever we watch together, which is a lot. You're asking a lot of me to sit through like 6 episodes of this shit. I've never done that before in like one sitting. So it's hard to think of very many redeeming factors. I have the layout for this. So we already kind of went into our history with Elfen Lied. I mean, I think I'm the only one here who saw it as a teenager. I know I showed it to Salt forever ago.
4 years ago, and you showed it to me. I thought it was terrible, but it was funny. But like this last session pissed me off.
It actually gets worse the more you watch it.
I'd hate to poison the well, but it's like the worst combination of offensive and boring. Like,
Yeah. Like,
All right, so I guess we're gonna start with Kaide, or Lucy / Niu, the main character of this story. The closest thing to a main character this story really has. The story's kind of incomprehensible, but she's essentially our hero, anti-hero character. Well, what is somebody go into what this series is about? What's like the gimmick, the plot gimmick of this?
Okay, I'll go and do it. Okay, so there's these like kind of like genetically mutated humans called Diclonius. The females are usually pink-haired and have horns, and they have like these kind of like these invisible.
What are the horns shaped like?
Cat ears. Yeah, and they have these invisible hands called vectors. It depends on which Diclonius it usually has, but like they usually have like a range between like 2 meters, 4 meters,
15,
and 11.
I think was the biggest one. Or wait, was it 11? I don't remember if it was.
Yeah,
11
it was 11.
But yeah,
and
varies.
the amount of hands varies too.
Yeah. And they use it to. I'm not gonna make that joke. Never mind.
They use it to freak.
They use it to do some freaky shit. And our main character, I think, is the original or something, or like a queen bee of sorts. She is the only one that is capable of procreating. Basically, the way that this race procreates is they have to touch human beings with their vectors and infect them with the virus, so that when they have a child, their child turns out to be Diclonius. There are male Diclonius. They don't have the vectors, but they are still violent. They still kill people.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The violence is like inherently something that's inherently part of their race.
Yes. What were you saying, Postman?
Yeah. I was gonna say the first episode like sets the tone for what you're gonna see. So she's being kept in this lab, and she breaks out and she starts just slaughtering everyone in her way, and it's all very gory. At one point, there's like this little like anime girl who's like the most like clumsy anime girl trope person you can think of, and she gets her head screwed off. Like
just twisted right off. It's it's funny. So I think I criticized there's like this shot at the beginning that goes on for like 30 seconds or so, where it's just her.
She's just walking towards the door.
Yeah. I initially complained about that, but I think this is actually something the series needed more of, because the beginning of this is actually interesting. It's like it's very atmospheric and very like mysterious when you don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. Where it's like these jagged, like hectic shots of her twisting the bars, and then you don't really see what she did. You just know that she killed the officer, and now the door's open and she's free. And I think that little moment of silence there is kind of the calm before the inevitable storm of her going through the facility, killing officers. But from that point forward is when it's kind of just downhill. It's just downhill. Great talk, guys.
I remember at one point, like in the first episode, there's like this weird continuity thing where one of the like scientists. He like she like walks by him and doesn't kill him. And as she's leaving, in like 2 seconds, he's somehow on the second floor of the building, telling a sniper to take a shot at her.
There's a lot of issues with this beginning.
I feel like that was more of a short time jump.
Well, it's because she was walking at like a crawl's fucking pace. She was just like little by little walking along. But there's so many fucking issues with this beginning. Like, there's this part where it repeats shots where it's like she goes down the hallway, kills the cops, throws them through the staircase, and then she goes down the elevator, and then the gif that I just posted where they shoot bullets at her and she does the Matrix thing. And then it's the same shot of the same officers shooting at her in the same hallway. And so it's like a lot of repeated lazy animation tricks. And there's like another shot that was like fucking visually like atrocious where a CGI bloody hand like goes on the wall and then like wipes down and then wraps around a bar like paper and then pulls the bar down to open the door, which was really fucking bad.
It's supposed to be haunting, but it just comes off so damn funny.
The hands are like never the same size in any of the shots. They're always like inconsistent. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, there's like a cop, like she gets to the end, there's like a cop that just runs at her and tries to hit her with his shotgun. She punches his heart out. And he, I don't know what the fuck he thought was gonna happen, but it was that.
What was his problem?
What was
Is he stupid?
Is the man retarded? So I don't know. I mean, it's a pretty weak beginning, but I think the main problem is that the series does not let it build. It doesn't let the intensity build. I mean, even fucking, like, I'm trying to think of other, like, gory series. Like, they kind of ease you into it at the start.
Yeah.
They don't really like, jump
I get
right
what you
into
mean.
the fucking genocide.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. The, like, right out the bat, it's just utter carnage.
Yeah, and I mean, there have been series that start off as utter carnage, but the thing is, they have a direction to go beyond that. So it's like they can ramp it up in intensity even after that. Like Berserk, for example. Berserk literally starts with Guts like killing a fucking demon thing, but it still gets crazier.
Having sex with it too.
Yeah, it still gets crazier over the course of the series. But
yeah,
I think
like
go ahead.
The opening by itself with Lucy just is leaving the facility and slaughtering everything in her way is like, it's on its own pretty good. But like you said, everything after that, it just doesn't live up.
It ran out of gas, and that's all. That's another thing is like this series does not. It's kind of cowardly in how it handles its characterization because it doesn't want to kill off any main characters. The manga does in a couple spots, but the manga is a whole other fucking disaster that I'm not even going to go into in this video because I've said enough about the manga. But like pretty much don't expect anybody except for like one major character to die over the course of this anime.
Man,
it's really funny. It's clear this series really relies on shock factor and sort of the gore is the appeal. But sometimes it's just. Oh God.
No, you.
Okay, I was gonna say sometimes like eventually it just becomes like funny. Like there's a bunch of like unnamed soldier guys just dying like Happy Wheels characters. Like,
pretty much, yeah. There's this one shot that I used as like the opening edit for this video where a guy like is thrown out a door and then just contorted and like twisted and flung around in various different directions like a rag doll.
It's kind of like a Gmod rag doll.
Yeah, it's so good.
Put that sound effect over. Put that sound effect over.
I'm gonna do it.
I already did. I already did it.
Okay.
I'm way ahead of you. I beat you to the punch.
But like, I get what you're saying. Yes, but like that amount of violence, gore, and carnage when the main characters have plot armor is like, what the fuck?
It's kind of the Boys problem, which I feel so bad comparing this to the fucking Boys because like the Boys is leagues better than this shit, but it is kind of like the Boys problem where it's like, oh, we're really brutal, but we don't have the courage to fucking actually kill off any of our characters.
You're in a war zone? Okay, be fucking vulnerable.
Exactly.
But we haven't even started talking about the other characters in this series.
You are in a field of open fire. You're going to die at any moment.
Should we kind of go into the problems with Kaede/Lucy, or should we kind of just see where the conversation takes us, or what?
I mean, I guess we can mention it later when we get to her backstory.
All right,
when she becomes baby mode.
I'll get the main thing out of the way. Basically, she escapes from the facility. They shoot her with a sniper, but it doesn't kill her. She turns her head at the last moment, tries to block it with her vectors, and that lessens the impact. So it just knocks her helmet off. And it does this big dramatic, like, oh, she's gonna fall back into the water, and then she just plops into the water.
By the way, I gotta mention this because autism. They used a Barrett 50 caliber, by the way, and it only just grazed her.
Well, she, like I said, she used her vectors to like lessen the impact. So
I don't care.
I
That
can't
bitch should be
speak
dead.
I can't speak for the effectiveness of vectors.
Hold on, like, aren't the vectors vulnerable to damage too, or am I misremembering that?
Not really. I know that there's this weird flimsy rule that none of the rules get this thing acts like it has rules and it fucking doesn't. But I know that if another Diclonius woman touches another Diclonius woman's forehead with her vector, it'll temporarily weaken them and they can't use their vectors for a little bit. Why? I don't know. They never actually go into the science behind these vectors or how they work, but that's a thing apparently. It's really fucking flimsy. That's why it's so hard to review this, is because it's like hard to know where to start. It's hard to know. It's a mess. It's like so much of a mess. I don't even know where to begin. But anyway, after she gets knocked into the water, she washes up on shore, and it turns out now she is
brain dabblage.
Yeah, I can't say the R word, but she turns into a cat girl, basically. Pokemon noises going "Mew" and fucking like she's butt ass naked and runs.
Finally,
she runs through the fucking beach, falls face first on the ground.
Finally, state sanctioned cat girls.
Oh Christ!
Yeah. And for this point on, she's kind of unbearable. she's like a toddler.
She's kind
basically
of like
mentally.
They treat her like a horny. Like the writer basically depicts her as like a horny puppy that humps everybody's leg.
Yeah, and like, and also, oh wait, no, I can't mention that yet.
Wait,
they
what?
kind of like sexualize this, and it's like very creepy.
Yeah, that's probably.
Oh
the first
no,
thing
we can mention it. We definitely.
Within minutes, within fucking minutes of her being introduced, she pisses on the floor.
Mm-hmm. I will not forget that.
It's like I did not forget about that.
That was the moment where I thought, why am I here? Why am I watching?
Why are we
this with
still
you?
here? Just to suffer?
I feel like if I was 13, I was like, is that really necessary? Is that really?
I actually don't even remember what I thought at the time, or what my opinion was at the time. I mean, I understand that the intention, quote unquote, that he had was that he wanted it was so Coda could get a deeper understanding of her condition, and he's like, oh, she's got mental problems, okay, but like, there are better ways to do that than make her fucking piss on the floor, bro.
Yeah, it's so creepy. But you know what? You know what's the worst thing? She's not even the worst character in this situation.
Oh yeah, no, there's so one of the things about this series that honestly the most offensive thing about this series is the way in which it trivializes sexual assault. I don't think I've seen a worse handling of sexual assault than this. It's like actually hard to think of examples that are like more honestly offensive.
I'm glad I forgot about it.
What were you saying, Salt?
Real.
Ah, shit.
Oh well,
That's cringe.
We'll just proceed. The show must go on. It's like hard to. I really, it's hard to put into words. Basically, what this series does is there's this character that gets introduced around like episode 5 named Mayu. This little girl. Okay, actually, before I talk about her, I should introduce Koda and Yuka, who are also two of the most fucking awful characters in this entire. Koda is like the dumbest motherfucker on the planet, like legitimately. Like he is really really stupid. And he's got this niece who has a crush on him, or no, cousin. He's got a cousin who's got a crush on him. And she's like down. She's down bad for him. And
most normal crush in Japan.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Bruh.
And they find Niu, and then they take her in. And basically, like, there's like this whole like living arrangement. He was like able to move into something that used to be a restaurant, but now it's like a house, I guess.
Yeah. I'd like to say these two, the Koda and his cousin, have like no personality at all. They are both just slabs of concrete.
Yeah, like it's been years since I've seen the show, and I barely remember Koda and who the other character was. Like
Yuka.
Yeah, so like the one thing
like,
Koda's got going.
I can only remember the Diclonius characters and Brando.
Bando.
Yeah.
Bando.
Bondo, I think. Or I don't know.
Yeah,
they said Bondo in the dub, but...
So the only thing Koda's got going on is he had a little sister
Dio
who
Brando.
Died. So true. She died under mysterious circumstances, let's say.
Very, very mysterious
And
circumstances that are not
fill the
predictable at
hole-
all.
To fill the hole in his heart, he takes a bunch of little girls into his home. I don't know how else to say this, man.
So he has this weird protective like complex where he takes all vulnerable women into his house, and it never really seems to address the weird power dynamic he's got. But like basically like I lost my train of thought. Fuck. So there's like a ridiculous amount of scenes where he takes advantage of Niu that are just completely gross, like grabbing her boobs or whatever, and her like making him do it, and like this show's like filled to the brim with like that kind of...
That brings me to issue number 1. But this is like issue number 5. Wait a minute. So
What?
So the show, the mangaka or whoever is responsible for this, it is so horny from you.
He is ridiculously horny. He interjects his fetishes in as like he just puts them in for the sake of it a lot of the time.
It feels so author's barely disguised fetish.
It's
so
really,
often.
it really. I mean, there's points. I mean, there's like more tame examples. Like there's this one character, the girl that kept falling was obviously like a hentai trope. But then you got other characters, like there's this one girl where her whole fucking thing is that she never showers, and she goes at great length talking about how she hasn't showered in a week and didn't change her underwear and this and that, and I feel honestly, fucking weird even talking about it.
Honestly, I get the feeling the creator is an actual doujin artist.
He is now. He's doing one now. He's been doing it for...
I figured.
Yeah.
But it's offensively bad with Mew, because, like, remember, she's mentally
impaired.
like this toddler.
Well, what makes it really, really bad is that he has this other character he introduces named Mayu, who is like a 15, 14, 13, somewhere around there, year-old girl. Like
I'd say like girl. 10. I mean, you seen her?
I was thinking 10.
Okay, I kind of want to go on this tangent. I went on this tangent in my video essay too, but I'm doing it again because fuck you. So y'all know Silent Hill 2, right?
No, I have never heard of such a thing.
Very niche, obscure game. I know you've probably never played it. There is a character in that game named Angela Orozco. And she looks like this. She's got the fucking the fucking sweater and the black hair and all that. And so her backstory is that she was sexually abused by her father, and she's depressed, and she wants to die, and she came to Silent Hill to find meaning. And I'm not going to spoil the game, but she's actually like a really good like character overall. A very tasteful like approach at commenting on sexual assault. They're virtually the same character, except this one's worse. Like way worse. Mayu even wears, and what's on the nose as well is that Mayu, basically she's homeless and she's got this little puppy. And the puppy, when like its owner comes to retrieve it, and its name is James, which is also really fucking on the nose in regards to Elfen Lied, Silent Hill.
Bro named James.
Did he know?
I think he did. I do think he's like a fan of Silent Hill. So I think he did take like some minor inspiration here, which is strange because it's like, why didn't that like translate? Like, why is Silent Hill 2 like one of the best stories ever told, and this is complete ass? But either way,
Fanfiction.
Does anybody want to talk about what happens to her when she's what goes on with her? So
I
true.
don't.
So true, Pasta Man.
Well, going on with who? Because we were
Mayu.
jumping around here.
Mayu.
You know what? I'm gonna let you do the honors.
You're really
on that
gonna
one,
make.
you know?
You're really gonna put me through this.
I am.
Mayu.
This is your media. You must say
Mayu.
it.
It is not. It is, I don't ever say that again. Mayu is, like I said, she's a homeless little girl, and we get to learn her backstory. And apparently, she got a new stepdad, and the new stepdad, he downloads PDF files on the internet. We'll say that. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
He orders cheese pizza every Saturday.
Yeah, it's his favorite activity. Big fan of Corpse Party. And and he
goes on a lot of private flights.
After he shows her his manga collection, she tries to tell her mom slaps her, and then she's like, okay, fuck this, and she runs away from home. And what was
her mom's problem? Is she stupid?
In fairness, that's not like terribly unrealistic.
No, that
like,
is a thing that
does happen in real domestic abuse situations.
That is a thing that happens. And I mean, honestly, it doesn't go into the depth of it at all. It's only here just to make you feel sorry for the character. But like, realistically speaking, like the mom probably didn't want to believe it, so she was angry that the implication, and rather than handling it correctly, she just blames the daughter. But like, that's the first thing you learn about this character. You don't actually really get to know
anything. And the
anything.
last thing,
she contributes very little to pretty much nothing to the narrative after this crappy backstory, and it's like it's trying so hard to make it like. Oh, go ahead.
And in the manga, it comes back to bite.
Yeah. Well, basically, in the manga, she's repeatedly like, they do kind of explore it a little bit, where she sees Koda and New being weird, and she's like, what the fuck? And she's like, kind of hates Koda, but she's too scared to say anything because last time, you know what happened last time.
Which,
and I
in
thought
fairness,
that was
reasonable reaction.
I thought that was actually an interesting idea to introduce here, where it's like, oh, is he actually like gonna address? So he does know. Is he actually gonna address what Koda does and how bad it is? But what it turned into a running joke. It didn't actually become like a genuine, serious plot point. It became a running joke, and she repeatedly gets assaulted by New.
Yeah.
So
also a little complaint about her backstory. At one point, so she gets she finds a dog and becomes her friend, and eventually the dog's owner comes to take the dog away. And first issue is that they don't make it clear that the backstory is ended and they're now in the present.
And you think it's still the backstory, yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I thought. It was not made clear at all.
It's fucking... It's bad writing. It's really bad writing.
Also, the other funny thing is...
Go ahead.
The dog's owner is so mean to her.
No, just random strangers.
unprovoked.
Random strangers in this series are just mean for no reason. There's like a part later, there's this goofy character who doesn't understand the concept of money, but she's really hungry. And she takes like too long to communicate, and he's like, she goes to this restaurant, and you know, these other people order, and then she goes to say something. He's like, beat it! If you're not going to get any food, get out of here! And he's like yelling at her. So there's just like a lot of strangers that are just dicks.
There was potential here for a commentary on how the world is rotten, but this world is just too rotten to believe.
It's just too goofy. Everyone is like so mean to like these 10-year-old children for no reason.
It's crazy.
At this point, I don't even believe Lucy is insane. It's everyone else.
Well, yeah.
True.
Basically, it's. I don't even know where to go from here, because it's like we already talked about Mayu. The backstories are really, really bad in this series. There is one backstory that I think is conceptually interesting. Oh, he's back. What's up? We didn't end up talking about Yuka yet, so don't worry. You'll get your chance. You'll get your chance to complain about.
Please tell me I'm like absolute ass.
I mean, a little bit, but we can understand you.
We can hear you.
That's great. That's just fucking great.
It's okay. We'll bite the bullet. We'll take the L for this. It doesn't really matter because it's fucking Elfen lead. So I mean.
Okay.
Let's see. We talked a little bit about Koda and how dumb he is and how obnoxious he is. We talked about Kaede, Lucy/Neo. We didn't really talk about her, and we talked about Mayu. We talked about Mayu's backstory.
There's one more thing about Mayu that I don't believe we've addressed yet, and it's a manga exclusive.
Yeah, what's up?
You know what I'm talking about, Gabe?
Maybe.
Bro read the manga.
I did.
I didn't read the manga, but I know about it tangentially, either from Google or you. But doesn't she end up getting in a romantic relationship with Bando?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
Which completely goes against what she was established for in the beginning.
She kisses Bond. We gotta kill this man.
I love how Lem, whatever his name is, just decides, well, you know, pedophilia is bad, even though I'm making all these fucking lollies, and like, you know what? I'll also use the freaking message piece that I use, and like, yeah, I'll make him marry this soldier or whatever.
Well, not really marry, but she kisses him.
Which is a shame, because Bando in the anime is awesome and hilarious.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead.
Literally
and
me.
Bondo. I'm sure that it's a complete accident, but Bondo is the most based motherfucker in this. It's like there's this fucking scene. There's this just awesome scene where he's like again, it's just edgy, but it's like funny, where he's leaning up against this fence. Or like this railing, and then this woman just walks up behind him, and he decks her, and then he's just like, "Never sneak up behind me, stupid shit."
But you know what the funniest part about that scene is, like the other guy like looking at him, nodding approvingly, like, "Yeah, this guy's the right guy for the job."
This is the man Sneeko wants to be.
Oh my god. I will say that Bondo, what was it? So I do need to correct something from my video essay where I said that Bondo was not, or I said that he had never killed anyone before, and he wants to kill someone. That was false. He actually says later in the series, I've killed like women and children, and so yeah, he is like a trained soldier who with experience under his belt.
Yeah, this guy's hilarious. He just likes killing people and doing violence, and that's it.
He's just so cartoonishly evil, and
I liked it. I was good at it.
He's pretty much the favorite of pretty much everybody here. I don't think that's debatable. I feel like he is like the highlight of this series. It's so funny because when I was into this as a teenager, a lot of people really did not like him, and now it's like it's really funny that because he has the most personality, everybody likes him.
I think the reason why especially is because everybody else in this series like wants you to feel sorry for them. They've all got some like really forced traumatic backstory. Bando's just screwing with people.
Yeah,
He does not care.
And then this guy, he's basically the door gunner in Full Metal Jacket. When he's asked how he can shoot women and children, he replies, "You just don't lead them as much."
There's a lot of like things that the anime does that were interesting. Like there's this fucking scene where they're on the helicopter and this soldier's he puts a gun to the soldier in front of him's neck, and he's like, "We're gonna kill a real person." And then the guy's like scared. He pulls the trigger and there was it wasn't loaded. It just so he just does this to screw with people. Like he just likes
Sigma.
He goes around trolling people, and he's
an agent of chaos, and we love him for it.
But I don't know. I think part of what makes him so great is that they're not trying to do anything complex with him. They're not trying to make any sort of like he's pretty simple, really. He's got like a how do I say this? He is protective of younger girls. So like
Kind of
like he won't hesitate to kill one if they're in his way. But or I guess it's more accurate to say he doesn't like owing people favors. So if you help him, he will help you. He'll return the favor. Which is
yeah. So anyway,
he's also he hates littering. He hates litter. Even though, I mean, like, he did it for, like, a strategic advantage. He spends most of the series on the beach just cleaning it off.
Yeah, so his deal is his job is to kill you or Lucy or the blah, blah, blah. And so that's why he's here.
And he goes to do it, and then he
finds her, like, almost immediately, like...
while she's in her fucking mentally... She's the cat girl version.
Yeah, and then mid-fight, she switches to Lucy mode and fucking bodies him.
Yeah, well, yeah. This whole stretch was just awkward. Like, it was interesting because there was like a back and forth fight dynamic thing with strategy where she was about to throw a boat at him, so he shoots at it with a rocket launcher and crazy stuff like that. And he's like, "Hey, this is kind of fun."
Yeah, that's like one of the scenes that is one of the few scenes I actually like.
Well, the thing is, it's actually better in the manga because at a certain point, he develops a strategy where there's like a grenade on the ground and there's a puddle of blood near the grenade. So he waits behind his post because he knows that if he looks over, she's going to throw something at him and kill him. And he waits to listen so that when she steps in the blood, he can like shoot the grenade and blow her up. But when he steps up and looks over, the grenade was tossed aside. She knew it was there and she threw it. And then she grabs the dead guy's gun and shoots him down. But that is not communicated all that well in the anime. So it just looks like he's like ready to shoot, and then she got the gun, and then he's like, "Hey, come on," and then she shoots him. And then, for whatever fucking reason at all, she drags him to a different part of the beach, waits for him to wake up, and then chooses to rip off one arm, break the other, and poke his eyes out.
Which is weird, because normally she just, kills them, like, immediately.
Plot armor.
They just die.
The plot armor is real.
Yeah.
And then he fucking...
Anyway, this is definitely someone's PFP.
This is a lot of
yeah, it
people's
is.
PFP. This pick does go hard, not gonna lie.
It
Feel free to
does.
screenshot.
I need. Oh Christ! This is hard to do.
I try to think about like what happens from like episode 3 to episode 10, and it's all gone. Like it's all so boring.
It's
Like
even
what
just
we get like a
going back
backstory
over.
for his cousin, and it's just like they went to a carnival once, and
Okay, so to elaborate,
right.
Coda goes to undress New because he has to change her clothes because she got her clothes wet in the rain. So, okay, Lucy turned back into New, first and foremost, and then ran away. And then the homeless fucking Mayu girl, because she's not living at the Kaide house yet, she goes to save Bondo. She calls an ambulance and saves his life. And then while that's going on, at the Kaide house, Coda is like, okay, New, you're mentally impaired, and I have to change your clothes because they're wet now from the rain. And it does this fucking stupid, I mean, I'm used to it, kind of, but also not, because it's, like, really obnoxious. It's just more obnoxious fan service it's just interjected for no reason. He's, like, got his eyes closed because he doesn't want to look at her boobies, but he can't do the job, which, like, literally any normal human being could just grow the fuck up and just do it, like, without being a fucking weirdo about it. But this is an anime, so we've got to have him be
We gotta have that awkward anime scene. It's so funny.
And then he pulls her pants down, and then Yuka opens the door, and then we get this whole thing where Yuka's really upset that he doesn't remember his childhood with her. And anybody want
I finally get.
Yeah, go ahead. Just talk about Yuka. I'm fucking tired,
I finally get to rant about her. Okay,
Go off.
Yuka.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yuka is the worst, one of the worst characters I've ever seen in all of fiction. Period. I'm not.
Sorry, I'll say this, and then I'll let you keep going. Even when I liked this and I was like involved with the fandom as like a 13-year-old, people still did not like Yuka. People still really, really hated her. So
there is not a single Yuka fan. I am Yuka's strongest hater.
Fuka has 0 haters. I am not on this earth.
Okay, her whole character arc is just incest. That's it. She gets mad at Coda for not liking freaking incest and will physically assault him, by the way, for it.
Yeah, she punches him, slaps him, does whatever the fuck. She'll beat the shit out of him.
Call him an asshole and like, oh, you don't remember that time.
Even though a lot of that is not his fault. Like, a lot of that's like trauma from seeing some fucked up shit as a child. And she'll just she doesn't care. It's borders on being kind of ableist, to be honest. But I mean, that's not the only ableist thing the series has fucking done.
Like, okay, when I was watching this with Gabe, I just kept saying every time, you shut the fuck up. 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 I hope you die in a fight.
I mean, that's the fucking basically every scene with Yuka. And it does this over. It's like she never. Here's the thing. When you write a story, a character your characters have to change in some way. Right? Like, they have to develop in some way. Yuka never does. It's just the same thing.
Literally, what is she even here for?
It's the same thing repeated over and over again. Like, ad nauseum. It's fucking exhausting. Seeing the same...
I think the problem is that, like, oh, she's supposed to be, like, kind of the voice of reason, but she has no reason at all.
She is beyond reason.
So like I said, literally everyone is insane. It's so insane. It makes Lucy look normal.
And Lucy's fucking far from normal.
True. I don't think we really mentioned, but Lucy's thing now is she's got like a dual personality thing. Like there's the New, who's baby, and then there's Lucy, who is evil badass killer.
Eminem versus Slim Shady.
I'm pretty sure she might have been like the character that popularized that like girl with split personalities. Where one of them's like an ooh soft girl and the other one's like mean and evil.
Elfen Lied.
I have two sides. You ooh woo girl, racist.
Elfen Lied and its consequences have been disastrous for the human race.
They have.
We talked about, let's see, we talked about Koda, Yuka, Mayu. We didn't really talk about Nana. Nana is funny. Funny looking.
That's right there.
Okay.
Well, thank you guys for coming to the Peak Fiction podcast.
This is not Peak Fiction podcast. This is mid fiction.
No, this isn't even mid. This is just bad.
The structure.
Bad fiction.
So basically,
I'm
about,
in the camp that it's mid, and that's worse than bad.
I talked about how the series is repetitive, right? And it is. It is extremely repetitive because the way it goes is they send a guy after Lucy, that person gets amputated, and then Lucy moves on to the next one. They send another one, then they send Nana, and she's one of the only Diclonius that isn't violent which there is like a whole interesting thing there that I'll go into probably towards the end of the podcast, but they send Nana, and she's the next one that's going to take on Lucy. And it's probably the most boring fight I've ever seen, which is crazy because they both have like telekinesis. It's
so boring.
How do you make a fight with telekinesis like this lame? Like part where they're like midair and Lucy, I guess, punches her with her vector, which I thought was funny. But there's
yeah, that reminds me. There was like the other girl, the girl with the dog shows up and she just gets like punted like a football.
Yeah, Lucy.
Trees.
Lucy's moral compass makes like zero sense to me because she's killed women, she's killed children, she's killed men, she's killed everybody. But then this it's like the characters that have plot armor she won't kill, even if they are fully like just someone that. Like, Mayu's a witness. Bondo is like a soldier that's trying to kill her, and she won't kill them. She's fucking... Anyway.
Yeah, it's stupid.
It's very dumb.
Is she stupid?
I didn't know she was chill.
And it's also like, there's these gags where like her arms and legs keep falling apart, and it's just like, this isn't funny. It's kind of weird.
She has robotic legs.
They're more like plastic legs. They look plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
She uses them in her fighting style. Like, she'll literally just rocket her fucking arms.
Yeah, like some like go-go gadget thing. It's so funny.
This fucking shot right here.
Mention the one with Bondo.
This shot right here of her like just on the ground without her legs and arms is so fucking funny. Because it's like, it's, you know,
she just got that look on her face like, okay.
It's literally like most people would be screaming if they got their legs and arms cut off, but she's just chill like that, you know. She's just vibing. She's just out here. You seem chill.
Again, another example of how this show tries to be really edgy, and it just comes off as hilarious.
It's fucking peak.
She hit the G-forces on the forklift that would make a fire pilot fucking shit herself.
Well,
we should talk about her relationship with the other guy.
Okay, so I've got a bit of a take here. Kurama, not that bad of a character.
He's as close as the show gets to a good character.
Pretty much. No,
there's actually something going on with Kurama.
I analyzed it, or go ahead.
Yeah, like among the few things I remember about this show, I remember Kurama specifically because of his character.
So, we can probably go into the big twist, right? Like his backstory and all that shit, right? Like,
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Kurama is the director. He's one of the directors, one of the head directors. He was in the beginning. Lucy didn't kill him because of another thing we'll go into here in a minute. But basically, his backstory is the most elaborate out of every character in the series. And I can kind of tell he really wanted to make Kurama like a special character. He feels kind of like he took inspiration from like Gendo Ikari from Evangelion. He's going for that kind of thing. Basically, Kurama was hired on as like a scientist to study this like Diclonius species and all that. What he found out though is that they are killing children or using them for experimentation, and this experimentation, for whatever fucking reason, because Lin Okamoto really likes drawing little lolly characters naked, they strap them up to a wall and shoot rockets at them. Shoot like fucking cannonballs or whatever, these like black
cannonballs,
fucking metal balls at them, and see how much force they can handle before it smashes them and their vectors can't do anything. And they do a lot of like cruel experiments like that. I think honestly this entire backstory is fine. I just wish he would put like some fucking like jumpsuit clothes on these like prisoners.
Yes, like what is the point of them being naked? I don't get it.
It's definitely like
it's out of pocket. It is so out of pocket. But basically it's made clear that like he at first he hates this. Like he oh my god.
This is what Saul was doing the whole time.
It makes it clear that he hates this, that he does not support what they're doing, but over time he starts to grow numb to it. And so as he grows numb to it, he immediately accepts like, okay, what we're doing is good because this species, they cannot take over as the prevailing species. So we have to just keep killing them and trying to get them at the root. So he's been going around killing infant babies. And basically, eventually, karma gets him. One of the experiments breaks out. They touch his forehead. They shoot the girl in the fucking head. And then it turns out he gets infected with the virus. And his baby comes out as a Diclonius. And so it is a very, honestly, interesting moment where it's like basically puts all of his actions into perspective, where he was so content with sacrificing the children of so many people because he believed that it was the right thing to do. And now he's put in that same position, and his wife like bleeds out and dies. And so in order to honor his wife, he can't bring himself to kill his own child, but he chooses instead to have them locked away in like a dungeon and just be forgotten about. So instead of taking their first life, he takes their second. And they end up that ends up being the strongest Diclonius we've got, but she's like locked away in a dungeon and forgotten about. And the guilt gets to him so much that he fills that void with Nana. And so he has a bond with Nana as basically his surrogate daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that whole thing, honestly, is really interesting. It's like the closest to cooking.
It actually is.
It's
The closest. It's the closest thing to any kind of depth that this like absolutely like dang it, like
I like
not
it.
aired up series is, I guess.
I like it.
Yeah, I know what you mean, Soul.
Which is funny because I don't think any like of the Elfen Lied fans really care about him very much.
No, actually, they some of them do. I mean, that part at the end, the final episode which is filler. This doesn't actually happen, so I can go ahead and talk about it. He's like the only character that dies, basically, only main character that dies, and he reunites with his daughter, and then he holds her, and he's like, "I'm sorry," and then the bomb that's inside of her, because, as I established, his daughter's the next person they send after Nana. When Nana's gone off the grid, they send his daughter. His daughter's name is Mariko, by the way, and they send Mariko to go fight Lucy, which is fucking dumb because you're just releasing more Diclonius into the world. Is kind of counterproductive. But it's like this touching moment where he reunites with his daughter. And then, the bomb goes off and they grasp and they briefly envision a life together that they could never have. And that was not in the manga. And that explains why that was actually a pretty good moment, honestly. I will admit. Like, I didn't cry over it or anything like that. But, like, it was, like, a pretty good emotional moment. There was, like, payoff. And it was...
yeah, I think that was the best moment in the series, I'd say.
That was when the series peaked.
Yeah, and it wasn't even in the manga. It wasn't even in the manga.
Okay, you want to know? I gotta say this. I know this series looks like a freaking hentai. I know this, but like, okay, so they are capable. Okay, if Like the filler that this animation studio wrote, they are capable of good things.
They are.
If you just give them something good, it's just that the thing that they're adapting is kind of garbage.
For all my visual complaints about this anime, visually it's kind of up and down. Really, there's like parts where it looks like complete ass, and then there's parts where it honestly looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Like the shots of the beach or whatnot. There's this oh, go ahead.
They tried really hard on like the violence. I guess that was.
It is.
That got a lot of attention.
If you're watching it purely for violence, you will not be disappointed. You absolutely. I mean, I'd rather you watch like Berserk or fucking Attack on Titan or something. But like, you do you, buddy. Like, you will be satisfied with this. It is very, very violent. There's a lot.
Oh, I do gotta mention this. This character kind of looks like Rika from Higurashi. If it
Do not fucking compare. Do not fucking make that comparison.
Her head.
Come on.
Her head.
I mean,
her head is cropped, so I can't see it in the recording. But
freaking serious.
yeah, it's fucking. So it was so funny because fucking. Let me pull it up. There we go. This character. It's so funny because it's like. This was honestly all it made me think of was like how much better Higurashi is than this.
Yeah.
Higurashi might be the only, and it's not even yandere, but it's like the closest thing to a good like take on the yandere crazy psycho girl thing. Mariko is probably the most psychotic Diclonius there is ever.
Also, technically the most powerful, which is very ironic considering that is a
child.
Kurama's daughter too.
Oh my god! And when we're talking about out of pocket shit, like she gets out of the fucking chamber and she's got this tube hooked up to a place.
I'm gonna stop you.
Yeah,
right
no,
there.
yeah, we're not gonna
elaborate.
Anyways,
but. I don't know. Like, it's just. I mean, this series is brutal. Like, because the scientist that talks to her, which it was a really dumb scene, because there's the scientist like, "I'm your mom," and she's like, "You're a fucking liar," and then she rips her in half, and you watch all of her organs like burst out of her back, and then
Also, I gotta mention this. You see her spine, but then like her body just gets thrown into the control room. Okay. Half a person now, by the way. And you also see her spine and her lungs, and she somehow, still alive, still activates something.
She activates the bomb and blows up the girl's arm. And it's like you see her breathing heavily, and like her posture, despite being ripped in half, is like... And it's like her spine and her lungs are gone. What is she breathing into? How is she breathing? She's dead.
You know something. I guess that there is that one thing Elfen Lied is going for it. There are other violent anime, but few of them are quite as like grotesque. Like they don't show like directly like the bones and the flesh and the internal organs.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Even
so, I mean,
like,
if that's what appeals to you, I mean, still don't watch this.
I would say like, maybe play Mortal
Rest easy.
I would maybe say play Mortal Kombat instead. But anyway, like even when you think about series like Berserk, which this gets compared to a lot, which I don't understand why, because Berserk is like, it's like comparing fucking McDonald's to a fucking 5-star gourmet restaurant. But
this is just apples and oranges.
No. It's comparing Five Guys to a 5-star gourmet restaurant.
Hey, I kind of fuck with Five Guys though.
No, Five Guys is
wrong.
good.
Wrong.
No, okay, no, we're changing the subject of the podcast now. We're having a freaking debate over Five Guys.
This is the Five Guys argument podcast.
Oh, you're talking about the fast food play. Oh, okay.
What? Wait, what?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
The podcast is saved by me being gay.
Bro.
We broke him.
He was forced to watch Elfen Lied.
It's the fucking Joker.
Okay,
God.
but for real,
I will say another thing.
you know-
I before we move on, before we change
you're
before we change the subject, I did like
yeah.
the action is bad, obviously. But there's like this part in the manga that was not in the anime and it makes me so mad that it was not included. Because there's a lot of things in the manga that the anime cut out that I'm glad it cut out, like this diaper bitch that adds like nothing to the series, just a bitch that wears a diaper and sings a lot. And Lin Okamoto was actually mad that they didn't put that in the anime, which is fucking dumb. But
I bet Lin was like kept calling the studio, and he's just like what?
every single week, every single
like,
fucking week.
Okay, and it's just like I can just bet one of the studio executives just being like, okay, we're already animating this garbage anime for you. We are not. We have our own creative decision. We are not adding this.
Anyway, what was I saying? So there was this fucking part in the manga that I know none of you know about. I mean, I mentioned it briefly to like two of you, but there was like a part when so at the end of the anime, Bondo like goes after Lucy and he's ready to fight, and Pasta Man was getting like excited because he's like, yeah, let's go. And then in the next episode, she kicked his ass and we didn't even see it. It was all off screen, which was lame.
What? And she's got him in like the exact same
anticlimactic
position
garbage
as
ever.
Oh, I
They
forgot
fucking
about
butchered his
that.
character. You know what happened?
That is awful.
Do you know what happened?
Disrespected my king.
Do you know what happened in the manga?
What?
He does fight her, and I think there's this part where somebody shoots like he like shoots a rocket at her with a rocket launcher, and then she grabs the rocket with her vectors and like holds it in place. So he pulls out his pistol and he shoots the rocket and blows it up, which is like raw as fuck.
He had that dog.
Yeah.
He locked
got that dog
the fuck
in him.
He locked in. And we were robbed of that.
This series could have been gone from a 0 to a 1 if they showed that fight.
If they had that part at least, like.
He got that dog in him.
What the dog doing?
The dog is getting beat to death by a fucking vase.
Oh yeah,
That's another scene we didn't talk about.
Let's talk about that now.
Lucy's
we're getting-
backstory. Lucy was
Okay,
in an orphanage and she got bullied by a kid who looks like Go Diego Go. And he fucking and he thought that her horns were ugly. And he found out she had a puppy, so he killed the puppy with a vase and beat it to death. And it's like everything about this is dumb. Everything about this sucks and is
None
dumb.
of this would ever happen in any other. Like usually children like like little animals. They wouldn't do this.
I'm not going against the idea that like bullies can be cruel and sometimes it can lead to consequences of like killing your dog. My issue with this backstory is on top of the fact that they do it so brutally, which is just fuck you, like shut the fuck up. It's also just that this is why she became a serial killer. This right here is your dog died, which is like the most boring cliche reason I could ever think of for like why did this character become a genocidal maniac?
And again, it's another instance of everybody in this series being like so comically evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, I don't. I don't
like
think
how long did Lucy even have that dog for?
Like two scenes. Like two scenes.
Yeah, like two scenes.
2 scenes.
But I also got a rant about this. Okay, she gets the vectors, and we see this scene where like there's a bunch of handprints in her room, and that is a pretty good shot.
I did like that shot.
Pretty good
I
shot.
thought that was like a
Yeah,
very
that's a good
atmospheric-
shot. I remember that.
This series
if
can,
I remember it, either it's good or it's so awfully horribly bad.
This series can be good at atmosphere, honestly. There's like a lot of points where like the parts where like Yuka is like sad over Coda, and then it cuts to these like mannequins and it's like to symbolize her delusions. There is like a lot of like visual symbolism in this series that I think is pretty decent. The intro to this is lame. Like honestly.
Oh, can I just talk about this? It is so like I'm 13 and this is deep. Like with inserting her into these like works by a famous artist, it's not that deep. It's just not.
It is not.
I really like the song.
I mean, I
got
do,
to
but
rant about the song for a bit.
They use it too much.
Yeah,
Way too much. Like every other scene.
You hear it. Okay. I got to rant about this and another thing. Okay. Like I think you hear the song like 3 times in 3 separate scenes in the first freaking episode. That goes against anime rules, where like you play the anime opening at the end of the series because that's what gets it hype. But like they do it every single freaking episode, and I lost my mind just trying to not lose it.
Fun fact, Joji.
And then the ending, and then the ED is like this generic like rock, pop rock.
Fun fact, Joji sampled this song in one of his songs.
Did he?
Before he was Joji, he was actually Pink Guy. When he did this.
Whoa.
Like it's good.
And it is a fucking fire song, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I will not lie. This song is good, but you hear it so much you just don't want to hear it anymore.
It's like ordering a pizza every day.
But I do gotta mention one more thing, and it's about her vectors. Okay, so like she gets her vectors, and I was gonna be like, oh, okay, so like we saw like all those handprints. Okay, so she's not gonna be in controller for vectors, so she has to be on the run because she accidentally kills somebody. But no, she kind of knows how to use them in like the same episode. It's just like okay.
Yeah, Lucy's whole backstory is just.
I think it's the worst part about this show, honestly. Her backstory
it just gets progressively, because like on top of, like after the fucking thing, she, you know, go ahead.
The worst part is there's potential there.
She gets found by Coda. Like she apparently knew Coda when he was a kid, which they allude to all throughout the series, which is so funny. When I was 13, I finished it and I went back over it and I saw all the references to the twist at the end. I'm like, wow, this is so genius. They planned this from the beginning. But fucking Coda knew her when he was a little kid, and she fell in love with him because they spent time together at the zoo and splashed each other with water and fucking
like chokes him on a train.
Yeah. She just starts thinking about how she's killing people and how that's bad, and then she starts choking him, and then he's like, what the fuck?
Okay, like there's an actual bit of like there's a way that you could have dang it. Okay, there could have been something interesting here. Okay, so like we established that she kills people, and that goes in like she killed the kids in the daycare. Okay, that okay, and like, oh, you're gonna bring in this kid where like, oh, she actually gets faith in humanity again, and maybe she can redeem herself, and then we'll see like the turning point where she goes on her gamer arc. But when we get to the point where we get to the gamer arc, it's so fucking stupid.
Basically, he's like, I'm gonna go to the festival. She's like, you want to go with me? And then he's like, no, because I'm going with somebody. I'm going with my cousin. And then she's like, is your cousin a boy or a girl? And he's like, it's a boy. And he lied because it was a girl, actually. And fucking...
And it's Yuka, and the worst character ever.
She went to the carnival and saw that it was a girl. And that's why she went Joker mode and killed everybody. And they died, and they were killed.
But she doesn't kill the cousin, even though she absolutely deserves it.
Follows him. What we talked about just now was revealed, and then like we wait a little bit, and then we revealed this part I'm talking about. But it's whatever. We already put 2 and 2 together before we got to this twist. She goes on the train when he's leaving, kills his little, like he argues with his little sister and says, I hate you, to his little sister. And then she kills his little sister in front of him so that we can have this contrived scenario where he's like, oh no, the last thing I ever said to her was that I hate her. Oh no, how tragic. And then the dad comes over and then she kills the dad and his whole family's dead. And then...
Can we talk about how the dad just did not care at all?
Well, he didn't know what was going on. He didn't see it until he got up and looked, which is really weird. Like, you should...
Yeah, but like
it happened like right
screaming at each other.
Yeah, it happened right in front of him. I don't know why he took so long to react.
World's best dad.
But he got his head ripped off, and then Koda's like miserable and sad. What?
You know something? So there's one other thing that I do think is a little bit smart from the show. So basically, Koda, the reason he doesn't remember this is because like that's his trauma response. That he he responds to trauma by like just blocking it out of his memory. And it's only until later that he remembers her. And the reason I think that's clever is because earlier in the show, he witnesses like this one other guy's like dead body, and you see him respond to that by forgetting it, basically by having selective amnesia. And so I think that was an interesting way to like plant the idea that, hey, this is how he responds to traumatic events, and kind of makes the reveal later a little smarter.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean,
credit for that.
As predictable as it was, it is nice that we don't see the twist until he himself remembers it. You know what the manga does?
What?
You don't see, I mean, he basically already makes it clear what happened, where he has like a glimpse of Lucy just remembering the time she ripped a little girl in half, and then like the twist happens and it expects you to be shocked, but it's like, you just told me, like casually, like 4 volumes ago you just told me.
Okay, guys, I gotta make this joke. I want you guys to know that she doubled down on being a genocidal maniac because she got dumped.
She's just like me.
For real.
I
So
honestly,
Twitter.
I get why fucking so many 12-year-old like emo scene girls like latch themselves onto this show. I get it. This was their Joker. This was their Patrick.
They're Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
She's their Aaron Yeager.
Can we talk about the best episode in the series? The closest thing to like a good episode.
The
series has
OVA.
had? Yeah. It
Let's
wasn't
go.
I don't think Chandler's seen it.
I haven't.
It's okay. It's not a good episode, but it's the closest thing to a good episode the series has. The animation is like a whole other level. Like I talked about how the visual style is inconsistent. Sometimes it's garbage, sometimes it looks good. The animation in the OVA is like Themabyzo kind of, or like Azumanga Daioh. Like it has that kind of expressive like chibi slice of life.
It's
vibe.
so much more expressive than anything else.
And
Like,
the whole episode is
more of the budget went to it.
the whole episode is just vibes. It's just good vibes. They eat like fish shaped like treats, and they clean the house. And since she moved it, I forgot to mention Nana moved into the Kaide house because of course, after she got fucking amputated by Lucy. Kurama was supposed to kill her, but he couldn't bring himself to, so he sent her away to go be free, but he didn't tell her how to use the money that he left her, so she just ended up burning a lot of it. And then there started this whole joke where she's afraid of money. She's just really dumb. That's like her whole character. And this episode...
I gotta also mention this. I have to mention this. Okay, this series kind of has a lot of artificial drama. So Nana basically like, okay, she sees Lucy, like that's her mission. She's supposed to kill her, and like she doesn't understand that she physically assaulted somebody, and people got mad at her about that. Like, okay, are you stupid?
The fucking fight between her and Bondo was also kind of funny because it's like she goes gamer mode actually for a little bit, and then he backs off, he like falls to the ground, and she took his gun away, and then he pulls a second gun out of his he's like, I always got 2 guns, and he shoots her in the forehead, and then she goes from like an edgelord to just crying. She's like, I'm gonna kill you, and then she gets shot in the forehead, and then she's like starts crying. And then she goes to like, it does that stupid ass gag. Oh my god! Why? It does that stupid ass gag where she goes to lift him up off the ground, and then the arm pops off, and he's like, "You did that on purpose." It does that gag a lot, and you see a lot of that in this OVA, where she's like, she's struggling to fit into the Kaide house, but she doesn't want to do chores, and she doesn't want to do anything. But
I don't even think she knows how to do chores.
She doesn't know how to do shit.
Her and New are like cleaning the floor and cleaning the windows, and she accidentally
all she knows how to do is eat hot chip and cry.
She accidentally breaks the window open, and then the door fucking comes off the hinges and she falls forward. There's like a lot of like just gags like that, and it's kind of the closest the series gets to. I think that's what the series kind of needs, is like less of this edgy shit and more like comedic moments, because he's not really bad at being funny.
Or just have your characters be a little bit expressive. Like,
Give them, like,
it
some
goes a long
personality,
way.
bro. Like give it something. Like, this episode showed that he can be funny. Like, some of the moments with Bondo are funny. Some of the moments with Nana are genuinely funny. He can be funny when he's not stroking his dick and drawing this with one hand. That's really the thing, is like there is like
I feel he wasn't a gore or deep plot kind of person. He feels more like
hentai.
Yeah.
Well, I think he likes Guro.
Or I feel like he wants to be a deep plot guy person, and he has like these big like twists in mind, these big scenes, but he just doesn't know what to do in between that, and so it's just boring.
What I will say,
if I may say one more thing, the only thing Nana's good at is hitting G-forces on the forklift. That would make a fighter pilot fucking shit himself.
What I will say is that, as mean as we are to this, and rightfully so, because it's a pile of garbage, this was his first manga. Lots of other authors have had better first manga, so there's that, but this was his first manga. That being said, his newest
how do you do
one,
after that?
Nah, they're all shit. Everything he makes is shit. He did Brynhildr in the Darkness, which is not as bad as this. It was better, but it was still fucking terrible. And the one he's doing now, Parallel Paradise, he's still doing it somehow. It's been like a couple years. Is also shit. It's garbage. But the art got better. He did get better at drawing over time, which is kind of inspiring a little bit, where it's like, if you just keep drawing, eventually you're gonna come out with like Mira tier level art. His art today, actually, I'm gonna pull up a fucking artwork from him that he drew. Because
this shot, like, you can see the screen here. It is very early 2000s very early cheap 2000s anime art.
First, I'm going to show you how bad his art is in. I'm going to show you how bad his art is in Elfen Lied. This is what his art looks like at Elfen Lied. And then hang on. All right, I got it. And this is from his newest manga.
Hey, what the
bro?
Look at that shit.
Okay. You know what? This man just needs to be an art director at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he improved. Elfen Lied looked like shit, but it was like his first manga, so I can't like knock it too hard. But like, he did improve like art style wise. It's just writing wise, he never did. He still is writing hot garbage. But yeah, I mean, the anime adaptation, as visually unappealing as it can be, it can also be visually just really, really cool. There's also like interesting choices, like the ending that was honestly pretty subtle. Like throughout the series, Neo had been working on this clock, and then at the end, it's like unclear what happened to Lucy. And then there's a girl that shows up at the door, and then right when Coda goes to answer the door, the clock starts going off. It starts working again. And that's just subtle. Like, it's just subtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? I was gonna say finale. The finale of the series, it was all right for what I was working with. It does really. You can tell that it's like it's one of those situations where they needed a filler ending. You know.
Yeah. But
like
they were still
continue.
They were still kind of holding out hope that there would be like a season 2, and there never was. You remember? Do you remember the old man?
No.
Okay. Do you remember the male Diclonius scientist guy that shot?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I know which one you're talking about now.
So it was revealed that one of the scientists, he was working from the inside the whole time, and he was actually a male Diclonius with the intention of doing what the Diclonius are doing. He actually wants them to be the superior race, but he's doing kind of like a what was it, Kruger from Attack on Titan thing, where he's like, I'm gonna kill my own people to save my own people type situation. This is the part where
That's a
How does that
banger.
even work?
yeah, I knew you were gonna. I was like, this.
Race
I
trader.
was about to say pasta. This is the part where Pasta Man says that's a beggar because I brought up Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan mentioned.
He's just a race trader,
The
and that's
series
it.
would be better if Kaide said because I was born into this world.
So true.
But
You want? Okay, I just realized something.
Yeah, what's
okay,
up?
so. Okay, all the Diclonius we have seen, besides ones in flashbacks, they have all shown to work with humans.
So what I don't like is that he doesn't go very much into the male Diclonius because there's only 2 in this entire series. The son who gets killed by Lucy because she's not interested in procreating, because all she's really interested in, her goal, she doesn't really have a goal, really. She does. It's not even really clear what she's doing half the time, other than just existing.
Vibing.
In fact, I didn't realize until
she's
just now.
vibing.
what is her end goal? Like, what
I think
is her?
she said something about eradicating humanity,
Oh,
but then she doesn't.
So we went over her backstory and we talked about the fucking OVA, but we didn't talk about this part. In the OVA, it's revealed that she got after Coda broke up with her, she found a girlfriend, and then the girlfriend really liked her powers and her horns. And then the girlfriend got shot by one of Kurama's soldiers. So she gets locked up by Kurama, and now she's on a path to kill everyone who was ever close to Kurama, as like a form of revenge. That's her goal. I can't believe I completely totally forgot about that. In all fairness, though, we don't get enough time with this new girl that she met.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't really try to do that to kill all his friends and family.
She did a
I mean, it's the one
shit
time
job.
she dismembered the adopted daughter. I mean, that was incidental. I guess mentioning the girl that she was friends with, was just not introduced at all. Like, she's just in a scene, they act like she's been there the whole time. I'm like, who is this?
The sad part is, for as little screen time as that girl got, it was 10 times better than the fucking backstory with Coda. It was way better because it was like there's something kind of cute about like having this friend and you're showing your mystical powers and they're like, oh my god, that's so cool, and like, which is way more interesting than the bullshit that she was doing with Coda, like way more interesting. So there's that, but like we didn't get enough time with her and she got shot, and now Lucy hates Kurama and she's gonna go and kill him. I'm trying to think of other fucking
That's
topics.
crazy.
I remember
one
my train of
random
thought,
thing
so
I
go
wanted to mention. Don't watch the dub. The dub is
The dub is
terrible.
bad. The dub
Yeah,
is
yeah,
terrible.
Voice acting is atrocious.
For characters like Kurama and Bondo, it's not the best, but it's okay. It does kind of sound like they're just here for the paycheck. Like they're kind of phoning in their lines, but they're still more expressive and more like well acted. Pretty much the male characters are more well acted than the girls. The girls are all obnoxious in the fucking dub. The sub, from what I've heard, is also bad acting, but I don't speak Japanese, so I wasn't able to tell.
Yeah. Like certain mannerisms just don't translate to us, I guess. I don't know.
So what the fuck else? There was something. Oh yeah. So like I said, they were opening for a season 2, and I talked about the male Diclonius guy who was actually, he was a secret Diclonius from the inside. Turns out the old man who's in charge of the entire facility, the entire operation, is also Diclonius, and they don't reveal that until the very end, at the last episode, where he pulls off his wig. He's like, by the way, I'm a Diclonius. we're totally getting a season 2, right?
Oh wait, actually, I gotta. There is something I gotta rant about the dub, and also I gotta rant about something else too. Okay, so I don't know what was up with like the dub crew, but like some of them had like really bad mics that Kurama sounded like the Lethal Company like announcer.
In all fairness, almost all dubs from the 2000s have like that kind of, like, even Full Metal Alchemist 03, people talk about that like it's the best dub ever. There are some people who had some garbage mics and you can hear it in the 03.
No, definitely. Early dub acting is like, they did not have the funding for like
unless
early
it was like
dub
a
acting.
big budget project like Cowboy Bebop. A lot of the time the dubs
or
were
a freaking like I can't believe I forgot the studio that did Princess Mononoke. Oh my god.
Studio
But
Ghibli,
I can't
really, bro?
Yeah.
You're a fake anime fan. I'm gonna kill you.
Shut up. Okay,
beat you
and
to
also
death with
I got to
hammers.
rant about this. The editing in this show sucks ass. Like there are scenes where like
yeah.
it feels so abrupt.
There's like these like Sakura petals that just fall over the screen all the time. Even when there's no Sakura trees nearby, it's just this consistent. I think maybe chroma keyed like animation of Sakura petals just falling over the fucking screen all the fucking time, all the time. It's like crazy.
Yeah. And like there's also like these really abrupt shots. Like we'll be like in like the main characters will just be like talking to each other, and then we'll like see like some random ass scene in between like that has no relation to what is going on. It's just like, what the fuck?
The pacing's bad. There's like panty shots galore. There's like a fucking ridiculous amount of panty shots in this series of just random.
Oh, that reminds me again. Oh my goodness. There's literally like this lady who shows up and she's like talking about how her boss is a pervert and keeps looking at her ass. And literally like 5 seconds later, we get a panty shot of her.
Yeah, it's so
Just
fucking out of pocket.
So much more shame
Her boss is a
than you could
mangaka.
even imagine.
I could go on and on. There's so many things, but like we've literally been at this for
2 hours.
an hour and a half.
We can talk about one thing that I think would be interesting to talk about, which is like, I guess, what do people see in this series? Like what? Because it was popular. People definitely.
This
it
was
definitely had an
in
audience.
terms of like seinen. This was a pretty big one back in the 2000s when it came out, and 2010s when it got a resurgence, which is around when Brynhildr and the Darkness got adapted. So this was honestly really big with mostly like emo scene crowds. The same people who watch series like Higurashi, Future Diary, like they were into that sort of gory stuff. I think
Because like I was into that kind of stuff around that time as well.
there is a very good video. It's like a 2-hour video from Hazel that basically answers that question that you just asked, Pastaman, of like, why did we like this? Like, why did this ever get any appeal? Because like a lot of people, they liked it at the time. And it's like, I'll talk to people about it. Like when I bring it up, people will be like, oh yeah, I remember that being really good. And I'm like, you remember that being really good. You haven't seen it since.
Yeah, you remember.
Don't rewatch it. Just keep that good memory you've got of it, because if you go back and rewatch it, it aged like milk. And I do find that kind of interesting. Like, why do things seem so good in the moment, and then like 5 years later you look back at it and it's like, that was fucking trash.
I suspect when we look back on it, you know, we see the violence, and like we're thinking there's so many other things that have done this and done it better. But I'm guessing if you're like early 2000s and, you know, what you've been used to is like, I don't know, Naruto and Avatar or something, I guess this would be like a fresh surprise. But now there's so many like anime that have that kind of violence and that do it better.
Nothing is as gory as this that I've seen, but the writing, you know, I feel like a lot of people, I feel like when you're younger also, like when you're like a 13-year-old, you haven't,
Your moral compass is just not there, honestly.
you're not really
Different
bothered. You don't really
standard,
question
what
it.
you liked. Stuff changes, you know.
It's so crazy that there's like nothing like it. You're like new to this, and it's like when I think on it now, I'm like, yeah, again, like I've seen so many other things that are so much more interesting, like Technolize or like Monster, or like, which was airing at the same time as this, or like fucking, what's like another, like Vinland Saga, you know, like a lot of like really good raw, violent but also meaningful seinen that have a lot to say and don't just put all the stock into the gore. And even then,
By the
I've
way-
seen better gory series that are just gore for the sake of gore. Hellsing Ultimate is fun. It's fun. I'm not like emotionally attached to it, but I did really like Hellsing Ultimate, and I would rather watch that than this ever again. Proceed.
You know what? If you want something like this but better, you know what I'd recommend is Parasite, because it's got that like kind of inhuman.
Yeah,
Ironically, it's got the same like tentacles slicing you up thing, but it's like the characters are more interesting.
There's more strategy.
It actually has something to say about like what makes us human and like our relationship with other species. And like just watch Parasite. Just go right now to close YouTube.
Shut up. Let me talk. Let me talk. I'll kill you. Yeah, so Parasite is a good example of like another series that has like a similar concept but much better. One I was gonna say, and I'm saying this unironically because I think it gets clowned on too much. Tokyo Ghoul, I think, is another much better example of a show you could be watching than actually, you're probably better off reading it because the anime adaptation is kind of wonky. But yeah, so Hellsing, Parasite, Tokyo Ghoul, they're the same vibe of like shamelessly edgy with, but they're so much better. They're so much better. Hellsing specifically is like, it's not deep at all. It's like
it's just dopamine. It's dopamine.
It's pure adrenaline rush.
Dopamine.
And it's shameless about it. And it's good. It is so good. So I think that's
it's like watching Hellsing from what you guys are telling me sounds like the feeling you get when you play.
Yeah, when you play Doom, yeah. Like same vibe. But we've been at this for a while. We should probably wrap this up soon. Let's get to...
I do want to mention one more thing before we start.
Yeah.
I mean, before we end.
Yeah.
Okay,
Before we start...
I'm sorry.
We weren't recording. We're starting now? That was just the beginning of the review.
Yeah, like, here comes the extra 8 hours. Okay, but like, I do find that the concept of the Diclonius could work. It's just how they were executed is like just poorly made.
That's what I was wanting to say, because I would love to see the idea, the concept of the Diclonius executed in like another better series.
Yeah,
because
like,
I see a lot of
Parasite.
Yeah.
Okay, I think what I would have wanted out of this is just like, okay, maybe the violent, like it's kind of established that Lucy was the first one, isn't it? Or I can't remember fully that she was the first generation.
She's
but
like the queen
I
bee.
feel like it could have been better if like Diclonius kind of existed way, way, way earlier.
Oh yeah,
and
would be like an interesting concept is if there was like some sort of case of like Diclonius from like fucking medieval ages that like they researched that, and there's like a whole lore
like,
going
and you
into
could
that.
see like them in like you can see maybe like kind of hints of them in like 1800s photos.
Yeah.
And like maybe like they would have, it made the fact of them be, like having a tendency to kill humans could have been like a byproduct of them just being an oppressed group.
Or like some sort of like curse. Like I think I hate bringing up a fucking Attack on Titan because I know Pasta Man's gonna start gooning in his fucking chair. But Attack on Titan kind of does the same concept, but way fucking better, like leagues better. So I mean, you know, I don't have much else to say. I'm running out of gas.
I was more thinking something strictly with a Diclonius set in the same universe, but like. Yes, like telling a different tale, but with the same concept.
My problem is that they look like fucking cat girls. If we make them not look like cat girls, it would be better.
Like, they could have just had, like, some other genetic defect that could have made them, like, a little bit creepier.
It's kind of comically stupid. Like, that they look like fucking cat girls. Oh, my God. Can we end this?
Like
can we
Okay, I'll end it there. I do have a point, but like, let's just end it. I'm fucking tired.
Go ahead and say your point, and then we'll end on that note.
Okay, dang. Now I forgot it. Give me 1 minute to like remember it.
Do you remember?
Okay, shut up. Okay, like I think what could have been, okay, like if that they look like basically regular people. You can kind of hide the fact that they're Diclonius if they just wear a hat.
Yeah.
Maybe they could have had something that maybe just made them like look like it's kind of not it's kind of it's kind of too obvious to see like their genetic defect.
Yeah.
Like that makes them oppressed for like maybe like 1,000 years. Like because the concept of like a human after us is not explored all that much. Let's be real.
This series does say a lot about the child like condition and the cruelty of children, and how without the proper guidance they have a very, very distorted view on the world, which I think is interesting, but it does not explore any of its ideas with enough depth to justify.
Oh yeah. That was actually my last point. Like Lucy's whole backstory is just pretty nihilistic. Like I get it that it's supposed to be but like it's kind of needlessly nihilistic. Like everybody around her is an asshole.
It goes overboard.
The problem is that nothing feels earned. The shock fact, like a dog getting brutally beaten to death, can be an emotional thing if you spend enough time with that dog. Like fucking, what was it? Didn't the dog die in I Am Legend? Like that is a better example of what I mean. Of like, it can be like used as like a
Gabe. I haven't seen I Am a Legend. How dare you spoil this decade-old movie for me?
but that's my point. Is just like we didn't, none of the things that this series it takes the shortcut basically to try to make you feel whatever it wants you to feel as quickly as possible.
I really don't want to add another thing, but that just reminded me. Coda forgives Lucy like almost immediately.
Why?
I forgot they fucking kiss. They kiss. They fucking kiss at the end, and it's like a big emotional moment. I hate this show.
And then they also play the damn opening theme.
And it hits the chorus.
And
Masterpiece.
everyone clapped.
Best series.
Please clap. Please clap. Okay,
Banger.
Okay, let's actually end the podcast with us clapping.
No, let's do our fucking ratings, okay? What do we rate this out of 10?
Okay, I'm sorry. 0.
I have to give it a D.
You gonna give it the D?
Yes.
You know what? Maybe
there is potential here, but it was wasted.
So Salt said 0. I give it a 0.5 because of Bondo.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, no, 0.5 just because of Bondo.
Bondo and
that
Kurama,
is it.
Bondo and Kurama are like the saving grace of this, and the OVA's like animation's pretty decent. So that's 0.5. And there's like a couple of good tracks when they're not spamming Lilium. What about you, Pasta?
The opening.
Honestly, I thought I've seen bad anime, and this series made me want to apologize to all of them.
I kind of want to apologize to Made in Abyss at this point.
I don't really know what a 0 out of 10 anime would be, but this is as close as it gets. I feel like I can't say there's literally 0 redeeming qualities, so I'm just gonna give it like a 1. Let's just say 1.
Yeah.
All right. If we find a 0, that's gonna be the day that Pasta Man breaks.
It is. I will not be in this world any longer.
Thank you for watching. The part 3 of Elfen Lied will be up when the series turns 20. Thank you.
That's too convenient.
The series
2 years, right?
No, this year it turns 20.
Oh, the manga.
No, the anime turns 20 this year.
Oh, I'm stupid.
I'm cutting off.
Mangaka is not going to be interested in it anymore then.